In this season, we show you some of the hottest design hotels from around America and abroad. From cool urban retreats to luxurious country estate living. This is a design travel show like no other. Welcome to Hotels by Design. Our ByDesign team of industry experts have done the hard work for you, so you can choose your next design vacation destination.
A hotel is a unique design problem for an architect because what you see as the visitor, as the guest in the hotel, is only really part of the whole story. And an architect has to think about the macro and the micro all at once, and you really see that in hotels.
Let's get started with our first design hotel.
Hospitality in this project blooms. It's the total integration of interior design, architecture, landscape design, and place.
Mauritius, what an exotic destination here in the Indian Ocean. Home to the extinct dodo bird. And as far as people go, there's never been an indigenous population here. I'm just bursting with anticipation to explore. But first, the LUX Grand Baie. So Nicola, while I talk to you, I apologize, but I just had to do this.
Mike, this is the main reason why our guests are traveling to Mauritius. And let's not forget that we are located in the South Hemisphere.
You're going to get your socks wet there.
Well, no, it's not too late now. So when it's cold, and windy in Paris or in London in December.
Okay, same for North America as well. So what a great winter destination. It's like this.
Absolutely, all year round.
What was the brief to the architect?
Create something that will elevate the guest experience. Unique not only in Mauritius, but in the Indian Ocean as well.
Grand Baie is just so amazing. I mean, look at this. Jean-Francois.
Oh, you're Mike.
I am, yes,
Oh.
and you're the architect of this amazing place.
I am nice meeting you.
First time I've spoken to a Mauritian architect.
Pleased to meet you.
I feel like there's some theatre going on here.
I really wanted to bring the people on a raised platform to be able to have a kind of plunged view onto the sea, onto the beach, onto the trees, onto the nature.
How did you come up with this idea?
There was an old hotel before there which we did demolish. I was on the roof and I just stopped suddenly to see what the surrounding were offering to me at this angle. So this is where we started imagining this hotel at this level. So we raised the arrival entrance to the first floor, the services going underneath, villas and the rooms on each side.
Well, I'd love to see more about your thinking.
With pleasure, let's go and carry on.
Jean-Francois, you've lived here all your life.
I did. I grew up here. I grew up in this whole region. We were kind of fishing and diving all day long. This is a little local pirogue boat.
Is that your grandfather or you?
I really got my inspirations through sails. It's a way of copying nature.
Okay, so it's like the building is heading this way towards the sea.
That's right, yeah.
Carried by the wind. The zoo, very special space, but I imagine there was quite some discussion about the creation of this.
We've got a couple of tons of water suspended in the air, and it was actually a matter of discussion. And luckily, we won because look at this beautiful place today.
The zoo My schoolboy French tells me that's kiss. So who's kissing who here?
Oh my God. When you arrive here, you kiss the lagoon, you kiss the horizon, and you kiss life.
Oh boy, you ask a Frenchman about kissing and love and poetry drops out. God. And I guess this is an Insta moment as well.
Yes, having some advertising of our Mauritian lagoon. This is architecture.
So Mike, welcome to one of our junior suites overlooking the beautiful ocean.
Yes, never mind the room, I can't stop looking this way.
A great sense of generosity, 65 square meters. The rooms was designed by Kelly Open. And I do believe that within the feature of the rooms, you find her inspiration.
It's just adding to the relaxation.
And talking about relaxation, I can't wait to take you to the spa.
Okay, I'm all in. That's
Okay,
sounds
just wait for
great.
it. You'll see. Thank you.
Mauritius is remarkable, surprising, safe, and a real awakening to the senses. Do yourself a favour and make the LUX Grand Baie part of your Mauritius experience.
We don't get things like this in the United States, where you have a building from the 1500s that somebody bought and decided to turn into a hotel. It's amazing.
This is Luberon, a beautiful village in the south of France. And here there's a very special offering from the hotel group ByDesign. Eric.
Hey Mike, nice to see you.
Well, yes, thank you. This is rather lovely.
Welcome to Luberon.
I mean, this must be a quintessential French village.
It's one of the most beautiful villages of Provence. Extremely well known for its design, art, craftsmanship. People come and visit the village to see the art galleries and the antique shops. And it's very rich, this region.
Okay, now right in amongst all this, you have a ByDesign property.
Yes, which is just down this little street in here. And I can't wait to show you this beautiful property.
Le Moulin, the mill.
Yes, it's a beautiful place. Originally built in the 1500s.
1500s, don't you love Europe?
To then become a water mill in the 1700s.
A water mill, yeah.
Where they were making olive oil. And about 50 years ago, it became a hotel.
Okay, and then you guys stumbled across it.
And then we stumbled across it and transformed the place, and can't wait to show you around.
Fantastic. My goodness, this is beautiful. And a large renovation, it looks like it was.
Yes, Mike. We transformed this place and worked with super talented designers. And as you can see, we've been very respectful of the original features.
And what's going on here? Is this a reception desk or is it a bar?
It's both, actually. And we really wanted our hotel guests to feel like they were coming to a place where they're going to mix with the locals, We are in the heart of the hotel here. One side, you've got the castle and you've got the hills, beautiful nature. And on this side, you are straight in the heart of the village.
Eric, I did not expect this. When you look at the hotel from the outside, you kind of expect the rooms are going to be little medieval spaces.
This is our interpretation of what Provence is all about. I don't pretend to be a designer, but it's something I really, really love. I love the creative aspect of hotels. And if you take this room, for example, where we wanted our guests to, feel at home, and every single object you can see, they've been crafted, researched, curated. And yeah, we spend a lot of time designing our hotels and bedrooms.
Yeah, and I understand each room here is different.
Each room is different.
That's not a very practical way to put a hotel together, surely.
It's not, but it's what makes them beautiful, I think. It's what makes us very unique in what we do.
Jeremy, you were commissioned to design a lot of the furniture around the property.
Exactly. I'm interior architect, and native from Provence. I would like to recreate and to reinvent the heritage of Provence in terms of decoration and especially on furnitures. It's always a nightmare for the designer because we need to find the good balance between shape and comfortable seat. That's why I would like to have a minimalist design and also to work with natural materials like wood and straw. For example, we can see the classical chair. It's fantastic, yeah, because now the Provence is all around the world, yeah.
Mike, welcome to our main restaurant, Bacchetto. As you can see, it used to be an olive oil mill. So you can see here, this is the old way to press the olives to make some olive oil.
That's 18th century technology right there. Now, what was that word you said? Bacchetto.
This is an old Provençal language.
Oh, so not French?
Not French anymore. This is the language we use to speak in the region. Faire Bacchetto means to share a meal with your friends, your family, something generous. And this is what we try to make here in Bacchetto.
Louis, when Boumière took on this property, there were some extra opportunities.
Yes, Mike. We had the opportunity to extend the property in this 19th century building. We created 9 more bedrooms to have a total of 35 bedrooms. Also, we extend the other side of the street and we created a Boumière shop where we celebrate local products and producers. Also, these products can be found in the restaurant on the table.
Oh, fantastic. Sitting here, I mean, wow, this is your office.
Yes, Mike, it's my office every day. I would say this is the way of life in south of France, and I would not exchange for anything else in the world.
Hotel Le Moulin is a classic example of what Boumière is good at, drawing from the essence of the surroundings and presenting to its guests an authentic experience to remember.
DC is a kinda serious place, and you're there to do, presumably, kinda serious things. And if you're staying here, this building enables you to do just that, all with the capital as your backdrop.
Changing an office building into a 4-star hotel, how hard can that be? Splash a little paint around, maybe bring in some beds, job done. Okay, I'm fooling around. It's a lot harder than that. Irina.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to Washington, D.C.
Thank you. And this is the building.
Yes, this is the building. Royal Sonesta, Capitol Hill.
What an iconic spot. And have I got it right, did it used to be an office building?
Yes, it was a tired government office building, a building that does not belong in that location.
Exactly, such a waste. So what did you do?
I actually looked at the city. This unique location needed infusion of life and character, so it will belong to both the city and the community. So it was the added height, it was the views, it was the character inside.
Irina, I can't wait to see it.
Let's go.
Bede.
Mike, I'm so glad to meet you. Thanks for coming.
A pleasure. Now, it's been a bit over a year. How's it going?
It is going great. We are the first hotel to open on Capitol Hill in 40 years.
What do you think your secret is?
Our biggest secret is probably the artwork.
The artwork?
Right behind us is probably the largest piece that we have. What do you think it might be?
Ferns?
Good guess, good guess. You ever heard of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, her famous collar?
So you've gone kind of political, but camouflaged.
Right. We have Martin Luther King's speeches here, the suffragette 1920 Women's March, and then we have Lady Liberty at the top of the Capitol.
Now, I know Royal Sonesta always has a mascot.
You'll see it soon enough.
Here we are on top of the National Capitol in the middle of a meadow. We added a couple of floors onto an existing building, and we actually came within 1/8 of an inch from the height limit.
Well, you pushed it all the way.
I pushed it all the way.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah, we're right here and we can look at Union Station, Capitol Building, Washington Monument, the Old Post Office Museum, National Cathedral. The city is at our fingertips.
And back to the meadow. So I love it, but why?
We need to bring nature back in and support it because that makes us happier and healthier. That was the right thing to do.
Well, this is an interesting space.
Well, Mike, you know, the space did not even exist like what you see right now. There are 6 levels of concrete that we cut out and created this special space, like an urban living room with the light coming all the way in.
You're kidding.
As the light travels, that's part of your circadian rhythm. That's part of your daily experience.
And now, I'm sure there was a lot of talk about this space.
Oh yes, 7 stories of a wall.
Yeah.
That usually is a very hefty proposition for artwork.
Did you commission this?
Actually not. So I actually took advantage of getting a historic map, overlaying it on an abstract painting, and fuse these together into something that blends the experience in this urban living room.
An architect and an artist.
Welcome to one of our suites, Mike. Take a look.
It's generous, isn't it?
When you start with the puzzle of an existing office building and you convert that into a hotel, you have the benefit of a lot of space to use and curate and create that sense of air, relaxation, and at the same time a perfect work environment.
And the art in here is a little more subdued.
It is a little calmer, but it's part of that whole storytelling and discovery, so it's more provoking the mind to start finding the stories. Imagine images like this and the story that comes with it.
Look at those two guys.
I know, I would like to find out more.
Me too. Now, Mead, back to your mascot.
Follow me.
Mead, it's a beaver.
It is. We came up with him because the beaver fits right in, one of the hardest working animals around. Very optimistic symbol.
I've snuck back up here to the meadow. The Royal Sonesta Capitol Hill was much, much more than a renovation. This is a complete transformation to a building that contributes and is in sync with the heartbeat of its neighbourhood. And this is probably my favourite part. Irina was right. It was the right thing to do. Which hotel property do you like best? Vote for your favourite in the Sonesta International Hotels People's Choice Award. Tell us in 15 words or less which is your favourite hotel in the series, and you could win 2 complimentary nights at any of the Sonestas in the US across their 13 brands. For details and to vote, just scan the QR code on the screen or go to ByDesign.global. Good luck!
The restoration of the ROOST Detroit, it's such an important project because when it was abandoned, the city lost a piece of itself. What a testimony to the city's relationship with architecture and design.
Detroit has always been hugely influential in American culture, from automobiles and music to arts and architecture. ROOST revitalizes a historic downtown gem, offering guests either a quick trip or to live like a local.
In 1917 and 1926, when this building was originally built, it was an icon of the city of Detroit and the tallest building at the time. It is such a special piece of architecture. We are so happy to give it back to the city of Detroit. From a copper roof that emulates the city of Paris, to the 13-foot caryatids that not only were beautiful architecture details, but they were holding up parts of the roof as part of the design.
Wow, and when you started the project, it was abandoned for a while.
It was, for over a decade. We spent almost $400 million on this icon of the city of Detroit to give back a place for the city and the community to live, work, play, dine, and stay.
Jean, wow, this is such a rare opportunity to restore such a beautiful building.
Isn't it incredible?
Yes.
When we started working on this project, there was no atrium. All the floor plates had been filled in to maximize office space. The skylight was covered in tar and nicotine from over the years. It was only when we started restoring and cleaning we realized this is beautiful translucent skylight.
And it looks like you can even go up there.
Definitely, it's one of the rare opportunities you can see it up close. Let's go.
So you really can appreciate the beauty down low looking up, but when you get up close, it's almost like little pieces of jewelry.
Yeah, definitely. There's over 6,000 pieces of cast glass. When we started, nothing existed below the dome. And we came across an old photograph and wanted to recreate this beautiful groin vaulted ceiling.
What about the ceilings and the marble?
Yes, so the plaster ceiling is one example. There's over 7,000 square feet of that was restored. There are parts of it that were damaged, but we took a mold of the good parts to be able to recreate the pattern. Also, the balustrades were recreated based on photographs and drawings. And there's an incredible story of the clock. When the building was abandoned for 15 years, a caretaker saw how important the lobby clock was, and he decided to hide it in a neighboring building all these years until Bedrock purchased the building, and he decided to give it back to the community.
Yeah, it's really so wonderful that now everyone can come in and learn about that amazing story.
It's incredible.
I noticed there's a real nice contrast between the historical spaces downstairs and these that are feeling much more modern.
Yeah, when we designed the hotel rooms, we wanted to build a connection between the historic elements of the Book Tower, which is a building from over 100 years ago, to something that feels very modern yet homey at the same time. One of the examples was the oak herringbone floor that has a very nice kind of classic feeling to them, but then also putting in very modern kitchen design that is a nice kind of juxtaposition between some of the heritage elements of the building to a very modern apartment. And then on top of that, we started to layer a lot of different things that you may have at your home, and ideally there is that sense of home, but maybe even a better version of your own home.
Yeah, you have plants. I mean, that's so rare to have in a hotel space.
As an extended stay hotel, we wanted our guests to not be the only living thing in the hotel room when they check in, and we just like the energy that plants bring into the space.
Yeah, and another thing that can make you feel good is a great home-cooked meal, and you have a stove for that.
Yeah, we have full kitchens in all the hotel rooms, but at the same time, we have great restaurants on site, and if someone doesn't feel like cooking, they can order from one of the many restaurants and have the food delivered right to the door. In addition to the rooms, we have some amazing amenity spaces within the building. An incredible fitness center on the second floor, as well as a co-working lounge called The Study, which is a great place to work outside of your hotel room. But we also knew how important the Book Tower building was to the city of Detroit, and we wanted to design restaurant spaces that were open to the public, from a rooftop lounge that has amazing views of the city from the 14th floor to a Japanese restaurant in the lower level. Makes you feel like you're transported to Tokyo, to Le Supreme, the French brasserie on the corner of Washington Boulevard and Grand River. It's really a special place.
Well, I think this is going to feel really great for locals and guests.
Yeah, we're excited for our out-of-town guests as well as people who live down the street to make this one of the places that they come on a regular basis.
Well, I'm definitely going to stay to have a cocktail.
Please do.
ROOST Detroit is fresh and vibrant and calmly cool at the same time. Today, I really felt the energy in the city and a home away from home. Cheers.
The Hotel Ambasador in Split, Croatia, really invites you to lay down for more than one reason. It was really wonderfully done, and I'd love to visit it.
I've come to Split in Croatia to take a look at one of the new offerings from the Preferred Hotels and Resorts Group. Now, Pero, you were one of the architects who worked on the Ambassador.
Yeah, we were so excited when we were invited. There is the big marina, the old city, the palace, the ferry port, everything meets up here. Do you know that where we are standing now used to be the sea?
So the water used to splash up against these rocks here?
Yes, these rocks are carved out by the sea, and these houses used to be on top of the sea, basically.
Ha! Absolute water frontage.
So, yeah. And then some 100 years ago, this was reclaimed and the old building was done.
Oh, really? There was an original building on the same site here?
It was also Hotel Ambasador, but it was then demolished and the new one was made. And its facade is clad with the stone from the neighboring island of Brač, and it's the same stone used in the DC White House.
Fun fact.
Yeah. This is the very center of it. Welcome to the lobby. All the various different and important program of the hotel intersects here. We have the bar, we have the restaurant, elevators, spa, meeting rooms, reception.
Okay, it's a busy area to manage. How's that affected your design?
For us, it was important to keep it as calm as possible and not to add other elements. For example, without the wayfinding, without signage, there are no big letters, you see?
You're right, got it. There's no reception or to the lifts.
Guests find their own way. They intuitively know where to go. They follow their nose. So Mike, you see the sofa island?
Yes, a sofa island, yes.
Yeah, it's an oasis in the middle of this busyness. Yeah. But still, there is a kind of a hidden feature to it. If you're interested, just lie down.
You architects. All right, tell me a story.
Now you see, different planes of mirrors show different bits and pieces of the hotel. It's almost like a emphasized kaleidoscope. It shows a bit of the lobby, a bit of the sky throughout the window, bits of the corridors above us. We wanted to emphasize this verticality within this small space.
So now we're in the bar, and you named the bar Split, like the town.
Yeah, we went all in. We wanted to work with locals and to introduce it to them and to make them come. And it really works. It's one of our greatest victories.
Right, yes. But, I mean, we've chosen a quiet time for the filming, but this is often packed in here, isn't it?
Every day after hours, all the weekends, and it's mostly locals. It's why we deal with architecture. Moments like this, having people come, enjoy it, you know? You can sense the calmness and the different kind of atmosphere here. Yeah. We achieved it mostly by introducing this intentionally oversized bar.
You're right, it is pretty huge.
Yeah, you know, but it's not oversized only as a protection. There is a lot more to it. Let me show you. Have a seat. There's a show going on. You see how comfortable the chairs are?
Yeah.
You see the depth of the counter? All of it is shaped like an arena, you know, everything is preparing you for the show. You know, you can see it, you can feel it, you can see it also from the terrace. There's a mirror on top as well, so it emphasizes what's going on here.
And this timber, I think I noticed this in the lobby as well. It's a local timber, isn't it?
You have a great eye, it is. It's a bogwood. It's 1,950 years old. It's older than the city of Split.
Wow, that's saying something.
Surely.
Another part of all this is this wonderful photography, and you worked with this local legend.
Feja, meet Mike.
Feja.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. You are first time in our city.
It is, yeah, I just got here today, yes.
Nobody perfect. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
your problem.
Yeah, my problem. So these are some of your photos. Like, take this one, for example. What's this about?
This photo is in center of our old town. This is time when children play on the street, but without phone mobile.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
And there is your son, who was 5 at the time.
He's the blonde lad.
Yes.
There.
Oh. Like me. Look this.
Oh, yes, I see the resemblance. Yeah.
So there is exactly 100 rooms in the hotel, all of them offering spectacular views. But this is one of my favorites. On the 7th floor, overlooking the old fisherman's village, and the mountain in the back as a background.
Yeah, you couldn't be anywhere else but Croatia here, could you, with the terracotta roofs and those lovely colourful shutters?
Exactly, it's the Croatian Dalmatian architecture at its finest.
And then this is another one of Feja's photos?
Exactly, the one showing the old Hotel Ambasador that stood here.
Ah. This hotel, the original hotel on this site, I mean, that had strong connections with the community, a big history. So that must have been big shoes to fill.
Yes, Mike, you're correct. It was a huge responsibility because Hotel Ambassador was a very important part of Split social life. Here were the proms, the weddings, New Year's celebration, cinema was here. And so we had the obligation to be open to the citizens of Split.
And the people of Split, they're split by name, split by nature. They're a passionate bunch.
Yeah, passionate, especially if you are talking about sports, especially our football team.
Oh my goodness.
That pride and that emotion and that passion brought to Split Olympic medals in 11 different sports. I mean, it's an achievement for such a small city like no other.
But then you have this thing called pomelo.
Yeah, on the other side, we like to take our time, and it means take it easy. I mean, Mike, look where we are, like just enjoy the sun, enjoy the city. We are open all year, and you can feel how these resort vibes, especially on our pool bar. You have a feeling that you are like on a cruise ship.
The Ambassador was a complicated design brief. There was the ghost of the old hotel, and then there's the multi-purpose city hotel meets pleasure in the sun brief to consider. But like those famous Split sports stars, they delivered. We hope you've enjoyed our look at some of the hottest design hotel experiences from around America and abroad. Join us next time for more breathtaking design vacation destinations on Hotels by Design. To learn more about special offers or to book any of the hotels, resorts or experiences featured in this season, go to bydesign.global.